Good evening, everyone. Amanda Ritchie here, coming to you live from Stillwater, Oklahoma today. And tonight I am going to be sharing with you 3 tips to help your kids prevent the summer slide, or also known as summer learning loss. Okay, so up in Stillwater this week, visiting my parents, and some of you guys may or may not know this about me, but in addition to running a business from home, I'm also a elementary school teacher. And I am an intervention specialist, which means that I work with kids who are below grade level on reading and math. And summer learning loss is something that I am very passionate about, and so that's why I wanted to share this with you tonight. Okay, so as a teacher, year after year, every summer or end of summer, fall, when we go back to school, we test each student's reading level. And year after year, most of the kids will slide backwards. So we use the Fontanes and Pinnell reading scale to test reading levels, and it gives them a reading level from A to Z. And year after year, most of the kids will go back 1 or 2 levels. And it's just really frustrating as an educator that kids lose that much over the summer. And on average, kids lose 2.5 months of learning just by being out of school in the summer. So what can you do about it? How can you prevent that from happening to your kid or to your child? So I'm going to give you 3 tips tonight. The first one is read. Just make sure that your kids are reading every single day, and they need to be reading for at least 20 minutes every day. So some tips for that are find ways to make reading fun. So you can, even the older kids, they still need to be read aloud to, so you can read aloud to them, or you can have them read to you, depending on, their age or how old they are. But, you need to make sure that they're reading every single day. You can go to the library to, pick out a book together, a fun book together. Most libraries have summer reading programs, so sign your kids up for those for sure. And a lot of them will offer prizes and incentives for reading. So make sure that you're doing that. That helps make reading fun. There are tons of online books and online reading resources that you can use. And if you need ideas for those, shoot me a message. I'd be happy to share some of them with you. But bottom line, number one thing that you can do to help your kids prevent learning loss is to read. Okay, so that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is do educational things with your kids at home. So besides reading, there are lots of ways for your kids to grow their brains and to learn. So some ideas would be like cook together. You could plant a garden or plant flowers together. You can play games, like board games are a really good learning tool and a good way to learn, especially a lot of math skills in board games or card games. I used to be really obsessed with finding math games for the kids to play at school with cards. So if you need any ideas, let me know, and I can definitely give you some games to play. There's lots of online games that are great for your kiddos to keep on learning. And besides reading, make sure that they are practicing their math facts. So you can do flashcards, or there are a ton of websites and resources that your kids can use to practice their math facts. Okay, so that was number 2. Do things at home, educational things at home. So number 3 is get out of your house and do educational things with your kids outside of your house. So some ideas would be to take a trip. If you take some sort of vacation, that's always provides a lot of learning opportunities for your kids. Enroll your kids in a camp Or I know a lot of churches do like Vacation Bible School for free or for a really low cost. Visit a museum. Jacob and I went to the Wondertorium today in Stillwater, and it was so much fun. He loved it. But if you're able to do something like that, that's great for your kiddos. Or go camping and hiking. You know, it doesn't have to be something that's real extravagant or real expensive. Just get out and do things with your kids, and they'll be learning the whole time. So those were my 3 tips for preventing summer learning loss. I am sorry about my camera today. Since I'm in Stillwater, I did not bring my tripod, so it's a little bit shaky, I know. So sorry about that. But anyways, I want to know, what are you guys doing with your kids this summer? What educational things are you doing with your kids? Type them in the comments, and would love to hear from you, get some ideas. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Y'all have a good evening. Bye guys.